Hello, I'm Gwen Young, Director of the Global Women's Leadership Initiative and the Women in Public Service Project at the Wilson Center. You're watching Women on the Move, stories of women on the move, what motivates them, how they got to where they are, and how they're going to change the world. Today we're hearing from Natalia Gherman, the former acting Prime Minister of Moldova and a candidate for UN Secretary General.
I indeed was born into a political family back in the Republic of Moldova, and the political discourse and the interaction with the citizens of my country was something that was every day discussed, and that also taught me the responsibility that you have to bring into the public service and respect for each and every citizen of your own country, of your own community. And it also taught me to be a good communicator and try to reach out to each citizen, because you ultimately serve the citizens of your country if you are elected to a public office in the national context. And that experience, I thought, would be very relevant for the next Secretary General of the United Nations organization. You always transcend your experience from local and national level to the global level, and I managed to spend 25 years of my life and professional career in the service of the Republic of Moldova, and the issues we were dealing with in the last 25 years are very relevant for the current day United Nations agenda. These are referring to peace and security, and we do live in Eastern Europe and in the Republic of Moldova in a very challenging security environment. These were also the issues concerning the sustainable development, starting from eradicating the poverty and only recently reaching the level of middle income country. Together with that, all the ensuing issues of access to good education, health facilities, energy efficiency, energy security. These are the kind of the problems that we are dealing with daily back home in Moldova, providing for sustainable development of our country. And the human rights agenda was something that we started from scratch back in early 90s when we regained our independence, building the human rights bodies and institutions and making sure that all of us in the society understand and respect human dignity. I do come from a rather traditional society, as all of us are in Eastern Europe, and that society that I come from does still have some of the traditional stereotypes of a role of a woman in a society, and we worked very hard in order to break the stereotypes in the very first place and prove by example of so many wonderful, fantastic women in the Republic of Moldova that we are just as professional, just as talented, and just as good in exercising our professional duties. These would be my parents, first and foremost, that led by example and created a very comfortable atmosphere in the family for me and for my brother to grow up, receive the good education, and never feel any barriers at all in what we thought was best for us to manifest later our professional abilities. And I deeply respect them for being there for us, and I'm grateful that they are still there with us. And there were, of course, a number of important teachers in my life, starting from the elementary to secondary and high school, and fantastic professors I had in my two universities. And the one was in the Republic of Moldova, the State University, where I received my first university diploma. And then, after having served for about 8 years in the Moldovan Foreign Service, I moved to London, and I decided to do a postgraduate degree in the field of security. So I am now a graduate of King's College, University of London, where I have a master's degree in war studies. And that was for me an important introduction into the way women can contribute to the peace and security agenda globally. Because not only I had fantastic professors like Dr. Beatrice Heuser, for example, who was my tutor and the leader of my dissertation when I graduated, but also important example of fellow postgraduate students, some of them women, having served in so many peace operations, including under the United Nations mandate around the globe, and coming back to the university and applying very much their professional skills and knowledge into the theoretical field, improving the quality of their education, and obviously becoming much more performant. For me, as a younger diplomat at that time, this experience and this specialization was a huge motivational factor that shaped me the way I perceive and exercise my professional career duties. And later I was posted to Brussels, where I was the liaison and the mission of the Republic of Moldova with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And later on I became ambassador, and I was posted to Vienna, where I was also representing Moldova in the UN agencies in Vienna, but also to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. And this is where my education actually served me very well. To be able to listen very carefully to everyone who is engaged in the process, to reach out to those stakeholders who sometimes don't even know that they are important stakeholders to the process, to encourage everybody to contribute, to be a great team leader and team builder. And only after you've listened and after you've analyzed, take a decision and implement it resolutely. But ensuring that you have trust of important stakeholders and you've consulted and you've informed yourself is an important precondition for the decision and the resolute implementation of that decision. I'll tell this young lady, go for it. Go for it. Make sure that you are well prepared, because as I said, we have to be sometimes twice as good and twice as better prepared, if not more. But once you've ensured that all the preparatory work is done and you have enough commitment and you have enough knowledge, don't be afraid. Go for it, because it is a rewarding experience, and this contribution might eventually change the world for better.